Hey there, beautiful teachers. My name is Nicola Canton, if we haven't met yet, and I run two sites, colourfulkeys.ie and vibrantmusicteaching.com. And in this video, I want to talk you through Menuet in G by Petzold. This is around a grade 1 standard piece, and I'm going to give you some tips on how to teach it. So one of the first things I like to do with any new piece to prepare my student is to work on the rhythm. And I've written out some rhythms from this piece on this sheet here, as well as all the notes from what we're talking about today. And you can get that at the link directly below this video. I've written out two different rhythm patterns here that we can work on. I would do all of this away from the piano first, or with a closed piano lid. So it's not about the notes, it's just about the rhythms. And I would start off just looking at my notes here where it's just the rhythm rather than looking at the actual piece. And we'll apply this to the piece later. So the first thing to do is clap the right hand while counting or while saying Kadai syllables, totally up to you. 1, 2, and 3, and 1, 2, 3, or ta, ti, 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 ta, ta, ta. And then the left hand, ta, 2, ta, ta, 2, 3, or 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. And then, very importantly, get them to tap both hands together. 1, 2, and 3, and 1, 2, 3. There's a repeat sign here on purpose. You need to do this lots of times. The rhythms in this piece aren't particularly difficult for this level, but it's still useful to prepare them and make sure that your student can do both of these patterns, tapping them and counting or counting in their head, and without you. So they don't need you to be doing it alongside them. They're confident and they feel like they can do it by themselves and they're accurate with that. Once you have achieved that, you can go back to the piano or open up the piano. But I do that at several lessons before you introduce the actual notation, the score here. Once you do introduce the score, make sure to get them to search out those two rhythm patterns and find where they happen in the piece. And then you can tap through or play through the whole piece together. You can also play these patterns on just one note in each hand. This is a really useful way to bridge the gap from tapping the rhythm to playing the piece. So say to G, since this is in G major. And the other rhythm pattern too, of course. And then you might even like to get them to play the scale in this rhythm with the chord in this rhythm in the left hand, etc. You could use the pentascale, you could use the full scale, totally up to you. Just fun things to do to make sure that rhythm is really solidified. And then, as I say, find it in the music, get them to do that. So you're not pointing it out to them, you're getting them to do the work of going, okay, where is this one? Where is that one? And figuring out how it all fits together. Once you've done all that preparation, the rhythm in this piece shouldn't be a problem really at all. You'd also be well off if you do some technical preparation. There's a lot of moving around the scale here in this piece, so that would be my focus. Getting them to play the G major scale, not just legato, standard, but also to do it staccato in both hands. And then to do one hand staccato and one hand legato. And then the opposite. Which way did I do it the first time? Etc. If they can do those things, it's really going to help them with this piece, because the main technical challenge in this is playing staccato in both hands, legato in both hands, and then one hand staccato, one hand legato. If they can achieve that and make their staccato really crisp and their legato really smooth at the same time, it's going to make this really come to life for them. It's going to sound so much better. So I would put in that work on your scales, do them similar motion and do contrary motion as well, etc. All of those things, you could even do the arpeggios, you could do a whole bunch of stuff in that motion. If they are having trouble with getting that coordination, some students really struggle with this, I would get them to do their staccatos coming all the way up into the air, really slow. And I would even put my hand here, so imagine that's a different person's hand, and get them to touch off it before they come back down, right? So they can actually, because sometimes you'll say jump really high and they'll really only do that. So putting your hand above gives them that yardstick. where they can actually leap up, and it'll help them to get that difference, and then you can make it smaller with time. So those are my tips for teaching Menuet in G. Make sure that you download the notes for this video. They're directly below it. And if you have any questions, just let me know. I hope you enjoyed it and have fun doing this with your student.